everybody want to be a boss.
Yeah.
Until it's time to do what boss shit.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah.
We got another boss though.
I was about to say, so we talked about this last week that Pinky Cole was the newest member of the Atlanta Housewives, but now not so good news. Pinky Cole, owner of Slutty Vegan, has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy amid a $1.4 million in debt, with $1.2 owed to the Small Business Administration.
Yes.
So that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and then one of the things I hate about
1.4.
One of the things I hate is, people pick and choose on who they want to call out. If one person filed for bankruptcy, like Dame Dash, oh, Dame broke, he fucked up, he's stupid, we hate Dame. Then Pinky filed for bankruptcy. Oh, it's strategic. It got to be some type of strategic. And I'm not hating on Dame or Pinky. I'm just speaking the obvious is, like, she's not doing well.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to say, Pinky, you're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
We know the vegan shit ain't hitting on like that.
Yeah.
We know that's not hitting on. And this was a $1.2 million COVID pandemic loan.
No.
Yes, apparently that from the SBA. That
makes sense.
That's where people was getting the money. Like, why the fuck?
So
was
she
the
got
SBA?
caught up on a PPP?
Yeah. I mean, she should have got a PPP loan. She had all these employees and all that. So it's not like she did anything illegal.
No, she really did have a legitimate business that probably did take a hit during COVID.
And they needed it. And it's like, for one, I thought they was forgiving these SBA loans.
That's what I was going to say.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Maybe 1.2 was just too much.
But 2, maybe this was probably a separate, situation than what was open to the public. This was something probably specifically to her. Whatever. We don't know what's going on with that.
Right.
But then everybody talking about what she about to wipe that clean slate and move on and give her get her Love and Hip Hop or not Love and Hip Hop, reality
Atlanta Housewives.
Atlanta Housewives. She about to just get that money. I'm like, she owe the government, bro. It don't work like that.
No.
The SBA not taking no losses.
No.
The Georgia Department of Revenue, they're not taking no losses.
No.
And I thought this probably about a year ago. I was like, I think the Slutty Vegan brand is going to go bankrupt. But this was like kind of crazy that Pinky Cole personally went bankrupt before the brand. I thought Pinky Cole was doing good and Slutty Vegan was doing bad. Apparently, there's both of them because she was selling her books. She do speaking.
Yeah.
She do a lot of this other stuff. So I'm thinking like,
these are other entities outside of
exactly. This ain't got nothing to do with Slutty Vegan. So I always said Pinky Cole is going to do well because she's famous. A lot of people know her. She got a lot of connections. She was buying real because she was doing shit like personally buying the real estate and leasing it back to the Slutty Vegan entity.
Right.
So that's good. A lot of restaurateurs and stuff do that because it's the restaurant real estate that creates a lot of the wealth or whatever. This is kind of fucked up. Like, I didn't like this. Kind of came out of left field. I thought Pinky Cole as an entrepreneur was doing a lot better, but for her to file bankruptcy, it's not really looking good. And I'm gonna say this: I never told this story publicly before, but I'm gonna tell it. So, in 2022 or 3, I did my conference. I did the Black Millionaires conference, right? And this is when I knew Pinky Cole was gonna be fucked up. I knew it.
And not the predictions.
But she was at the top of her game, though.
Oh,
this was at the top of her game. I was like, she in a white hot space right now, but like she's making bad business. Like, that's a bad business decision. I reached out to Pinky Cole team to come speak at my conference. She's in Atlanta. My conference is in Atlanta.
Okay, that makes sense. I
said, hey, Pinky, we're interested in getting you at this conference. Blah, blah, blah. Is your calendar open? Whatever. She sent me an email. She sent me the email to
about her rates?
To the people to talk to. I don't know if I was talking directly to her.
Gotcha.
But I talked to some management team or some email that says Slutty Vegan at so-and-so, so-and-so. It could have been her, but I don't know if it was directly her. But she directly sent us her email. I said, yeah, we're interested in getting you to come speak at this conference, XYZ. I need $30,000. Now, I'm like, okay, I'm in the media business. Mm-hmm. There's not too many people who are worth $30,000 in their name, in their face. that's going to. No, I'm not saying people not getting it. I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
worth.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm not saying, but that's why people don't continue to do conferences because they pay a lot of these people. They're not worth the money and they go out of business.
Yeah.
So me as a businessman, independently funding the conference out of my own pocket, I funded the conference. Well, the company, but I own the company.
Right.
So I didn't have no investors, no sponsor, no nothing. So I'm not paying you 30,000. But it wasn't just the 30,000. It was 30,000 plus we had to specifically book her food truck. Pay $5,000 up front for her food truck to come. That's 35 now. And then it was something like each individual person there had to buy a ticket or buy a burger. And if they didn't sell a certain amount, we had to cover that too, which would end up being another 35, 4,500, another 10 piece. So she wanted $40,000, and I was like,
it's not gonna happen.
It ain't gonna last that long because you're doing bad business. That's similar bad practices to when, what's her name? I knew Ice Spice wasn't gonna be as big as I knew her.
You was doing business with Ice
No,
Spice?
no, but Ice Spice, she was doing business. She was getting $5,000 or $7,000 a show. She blew up. She started canceling all her small shows. I knew it. I'm like, that's a bad business move. So when your momentum slow down, for one, you done burnt all these other people,
I was about to
and
say.
two, you could have used that 7,000 to 10,000. So I would have gave Pinky 10 around that time. She was hot. She is an entrepreneur in Atlanta. She pulled, and I know people who,
but
I'm close to people who has gotten her to speak at their event that had no fucking people there, and they spoke for free.
Yeah.
So she spoke for free at they shit, but trying to charge me 40.
It's
they
crazy.
Shit ain't had nobody there. My shit sold out, had thousands of people, and I'm like, I'm like, that's a bad business move. But shout out to her.
I was gonna say, at the end of the day, I feel like she knows where she is, and that's why she's on that Housewives now, trying to get that back. I don't know if it's gonna happen. To your point, when you owe the government, they tend to get their money.
They're gonna get their money. Yes.
Now they might not. If you could do a deal, they could knock off some interest, something like that. But they gonna get their money. If they don't get the 1.4, they gonna get at least $1 million out of her.
Yeah, I just knew, like, when you are making a bunch of money, I don't give a fuck how. I got rich people who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and if you tried to pay them $15,000 to come speak at their local event right up the street, they're going to come.
They're going to do it.
$15,000 is real money.
That's what I said about the 600. I said that's a lot of money.
That's a lot. That's real money. So for her to try to charge me 40, and then not see the value in coming showing up, because for what,
that's like Oprah Winfrey money. That's like President Obama, Biden, Michelle, like. That's that type of money.
It's not that many people
who you could really say is going to draw.
That's going to give you a good return on investment
on $30,000. Yeah, $40,000.
But then again, it's 30 for the speaking. But then she exclusively wanted her truck.
Oprah probably won 100.
Yeah, Oprah gonna way more.
Yeah, I was about to say Oprah probably won 100.
But again, 40,000. I was like, that's just bad business.
Yeah.
Like, that's just bad business.
Who do you think would be worth $40,000 though? Now I'm curious. It's hard because it's like either 10 or 15 is good, or it's like 100. Like, who's in that middle space?
I think Angel Reese is worth 40,000.
Okay.
Angel, for one, she don't do a bunch of speaking engagements. Pinky was doing a bunch.
Yeah.
So that lowers your value if you're speaking around.
I was thinking that too. Like, you
see what I'm saying?
You all over the place.
You done been at different events speaking, and it wasn't nobody in the crowd. So obviously you're not pulling that much of a crowd.
Yeah.
Angel Reese announced she's speaking at here.
Yeah, it sold out.
It's sold out. So I think somebody like her, like even Caitlin Clark, she told the people, somebody was trying to get her to speak. Yeah. She told them, I need 100,000, whether it's virtual or in person.
What?
$100,000. That makes sense.
100?
Caitlin Clark. Yes, because those, and not trying to be funny, but she's not famous. She's known for her business. She's not famous.
These ladies are internationally known, both here and abroad.
Yes.
They play ball. Yes. They're really like that.
So it's certain people who you end up, like, okay, so during the conference, I worked with Toya Johnson. You know who Toya?
Yes.
Yes, so she came and spoke.
I heard she's super cool.
She cool as hell. Toya came and spoke at my conference. We paid her $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
She promoted it. That promotion and her speaking at the conference helped us get on the news, helped us get on the radio. It helped us sell. I think when she posted, we sold like $4,000 worth of tickets. So we got our return on our investment.
That's good.
Immediately. That's what I mean. Paying $40,000, I was not going to get that return on investment, and I knew, like, there's no longevity in what she was doing. Selling $25 burgers, $50,000, $40,000 speaking engagements.
Yeah.
You better get your shit while it's hot. And she got it while it's hot, but now it's slowed down, and now it's like.
Do you think she has the money to pay these people? Because my thing is, you should have it.
So she probably don't have the money, but she's going to this type of bankruptcy. She more than likely is going to have to do a restructure to where she work on the debt and she come up with a payment plan. That's more than likely what's going to happen. She come up with a payment plan, or they're going to seize some of her assets. She have different assets and things, and income coming in. Obviously, she's still speaking. She has her book.
Mm-hmm.
She has a lot of other income that more than likely will be able to cover some of the stuff that she's doing. Obviously, she's doing Love and Hip, not Love and Hip Hop. I keep mixing them up.
Atlanta Housewives.
Atlanta Housewives. So hopefully, she's getting paid something for that, like something meaning something significant to pay off this debt. But I mean, it's going to be tough because filing bankruptcy also is a stain on your reputation. No matter what people try to say, oh, you know, it's a strategic, Trump did it and all of this. Like, you're not Trump.
Yeah.
Like, Trump also was able to go get capital. Once you file bankruptcy and
how
do all
you get capital?
a lot of people not touching you.
Woo.
That's gonna be hard. But Pinky is always going to be somebody that a lot of young black women look up to, or even older black women, just women in general, look up to as somebody for advice, somebody that can give game.
She still has a lane.
Because the one thing I know about black women, and you could chime in on this and speak because obviously you're a black woman, but a lot of black women have an issue learning from people other than a black woman. So they don't want to listen to Elon Musk speak about business. They don't want to listen to Bill Gates. They're not connected. Y'all are emotional, so y'all want to be connected to the person. So Pinky is so connected to a lot of people that even though she don't have a successful business anymore, and she filed for bankruptcy and all of this, no matter what, people are still going to listen to her. So she's always going to be good and make 6 figures a year just off of her story.
I think to your point about John Henry Styles, you still have valuable information. Win, lose, or draw.
Yes,
you
and
still
I said
have
she should do a documentary on it.
Yeah, I was about to say you still have valuable information.
She still is a person of value.
Yeah, but I also think because she's a black woman, she has navigated some of these same systems and it has impacted her differently.
Yeah.
And so I think as other black women who are entrepreneurs, they kind of want to know, like, hey, how did this impact you? Particularly as a black woman.
Yes, and she can still she raised $25 million, so she can do a talk on how to raise money.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't pan out and do this. It's a lot of businesses
but
that don't pan out.
I was about to say, there's still paperwork that you got to file that people don't know all the papers. You know what I mean?
It's plenty of businesses.
So much red tape.
Yes, it's plenty of businesses that, you know, raise money, go viral, don't make no money, and people live to tell, you know, the next story.